Our streamlined, pro-business approach helps you achieve more by putting less between you and future success. Less red tape, lower taxes, less distance separating you from the tech leaders of tomorrow. This innovative ecosystem will supply your business with tools and resources to compete in the 21st century and beyond. But your future is more than just business success. In Arizona, the lifestyle you want is at your fingertips. Explore cities known for their Southwest heritage and modern vision. Enjoy beautiful scenery and endless outdoor activities on land, water, or snow. And if you're looking for a little friendly competition, we've got plenty of teams to choose from. With constant sunshine, vibrant culture, and natural wonder, Arizona provides a style of living that's entirely unique. People from all over the world call our state home. From student leaders who fill the classrooms of our top-ranked universities, to a skilled and abundant workforce that's ready for what's next. To the neighbors, friends, and peers we interact with daily, Arizonans are united by a pioneering spirit that moves us forward. So as you look to the future, know that it's filled with the perfect balance of innovation and high-quality living that makes life better here.
Broadcasting live from the Business Radio X studios in Phoenix, Arizona, it's time for Phoenix Business Radio, spotlighting the city's best businesses and the people who lead them.
My name is Sean. I'm the founder of Avantage, and I have Mark, my buddy, my co-host, joining us from, I believe, Flagstaff. Is that where you are now, Mark?
That is where I am. Yes, greetings from cooler Flagstaff.
Awesome. So what's new, Mark?
I'm up in Flagstaff, been kind of a little bit more stationary after launching the van life a couple months ago.
Okay.
And now I'm working on building it out. And it's been taking a little bit longer than I expected. There's a lot more to it than I ever anticipated.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I had an opportunity to speak at this event coming up this weekend called Artipreneurs. Mm-hmm. So it's for a bunch of creative artists. So I'm had an opportunity. One of my clients said, man, I think you'd be a great speaker here. So I had an opportunity to record a video, share a little bit more of the strategies of organization for creatives. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really going through, and this whole year has been a lot of exploration for me. And so that was the theme for my year. And I'm definitely exploring a lot of different options.
Awesome.
How about yourself? What's going on over there?
Everything going good. We are on our episode number, I believe, 5 or 6 here. We had to get started today. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, so I'm going to get us started since we have a live audience. I'm going to jump right in, introduce our 2 guests. I'm excited about having Megan Coughlin here from Backward Marketing, and also Julie Zanders from. We've known each other for a few years now, from back in the day before we even get started. So we're excited to jump in, get to know them a little bit, get to know learn more about marketing, social media marketing, influencer marketing, brand marketing. So it's all about local business and social media marketing today. So Julie, why don't we start with you? Tell us about yourself, tell the audience, introduce yourself, and tell us what's new and exciting.
All right. So my name is Julie Zander, and I am the creator of Lifestyle Jules, which is fashion, fitness, wellness, and beauty. And as you can see, if you're watching live, I just came right from teaching class. So I teach fitness. I have my degree in exercise physiology, but I was also in fashion. I worked in beauty. I repped beauty lines. I was on QVC. I traveled all over the country educating on beauty brands. And I thought, you know what? I should take all of my experience and knowledge in all of these different avenues and teach people about it and show great product lines and great businesses and what's good out there and what's new in technology and staying young and youthful. And, my hashtag is beauty from the inside out. So it's not good enough to just work on the outside. You also have to work on your insides, which is, of course, the exercising and eating well and all of that. So I showcase all of that.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's you take a wholesome approach on everything. It's health, beauty, fashion, again, everything is interconnected, because the better you feel, the better you look, the better you also, the stronger mindset you have.
100%. And it might be one thing where you have beautiful clothes, but maybe you're heavy, maybe you're not eating well, so you don't feel well, you don't have good energy. It's like they really, truly do go all together. And it's not enough to just have one aspect. You really need to combine all of them. And that's what I like to teach and show.
Absolutely. And with that, you've also taken the next step to take that skill, that telling the story, to the local businesses and all the businesses that you actually use as a customer, and help them with their branding, give them audience. You do a lot of influencer marketing. You highlight the local businesses, which is where we met. And I so appreciate what you do, giving the opportunity for the small businesses to put them in front of your audience.
I love more than anything the small businesses, because talk about blood, sweat, tears, and just passion. And they put so much energy into what they do. And there's so many businesses out here. How do you find them? And as a consumer, it can become very overwhelming as to where to go. Even if you wanted to do something, where do you start? How do you know you're getting a good deal? How do you know you're getting somebody who's going to be competent and do a good job? So if you are thinking about spending that money, putting it in the right place is really important. So.
Your live Facebook videos that you do, or live social media video, which we're on, actually one right now. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us. They're a combination of online reviews, because you give review about the business.
Absolutely.
It's a customer testimonial, so because you are literally their customer, and it's a combination of, it's a live marketing. So it's a really powerful way to highlight businesses, because you've used their services. There's a certain trust that your audience has, because when you say they're good, that means people go say. And I've used a lot of the businesses that you highlight.
Thank you. Yeah, no, and also I think it's great because just like this, we're able to, as Daryl said before we went on, we're just having a conversation, and all of you get to be a fly on the wall. And it's the same thing when I go live on Facebook with a business. You all get to be a fly on the wall without ever stepping one foot in the door. You get to meet the people that are going to work on you. You get to see the atmosphere. You get to understand what the business is without feeling like they're jumping down your throat trying to sell you something. You didn't even have to walk in the door for that, right? So Because a lot of times you just feel very uncomfortable when you walk in the door to a gym or to a hair salon or to an aesthetics place, that they're going to sell you on something that you maybe didn't want to do. And this way you get all the information, you get to understand who the people are, what their philosophy is, what their goal is, and make those decisions, like I said before, ever even stepping in. So once you finally do step in, first of all, you feel like you know the person that's going to be working on you. And second of all, you know what to expect. There's no, off expectations. It's a completely different feeling.
Absolutely. And it's your videos are famous here in Scottsdale and Phoenix area, and a lot of people know you, and so appreciate that. Megan, great to have you. And this is a nice segue, because you do social media management and marketing for a lot of the small local businesses and entrepreneurs. Tell us a little about how is the, COVID has affected that. How is the business, and where are you finding things are going in the near future?
Right. Yeah. Well, a little background too. I feel like we're a little bit more of the behind the scenes people working on your logistics on the social media side, and then you get someone like Lifestyle Jules, and your engagement just multiplies by thousands.
Right.
But yeah, we've, as far as COVID goes, just like a lot of marketing agencies experienced, there was that like week long, it felt like hell, where just everything was canceled. Everyone
basically
dropped like fries, like flies, not fries. There was a day where, I lost like 75% of my clientele. So that happened. But then, a lot of them have come back, and that's just a lot of businesses went through that with marketing in particular, because they were in an area they didn't know what to do. And that was the reaction. We got to cut costs and do whatever we can. So now I'm in a good place. Business is actually doing really well, and I'm very busy, and that's a good thing. So I'm very blessed for that. But, I think a lot of people too learned that when it comes to social media and digital marketing, those are the things you want to keep running, whether it's a slow season or not. You just keep it going all the time and always be working on that. So that was a good lesson a lot of people learned. But Yeah, a little background on us. We just do the behind the scenes stuff. We'll take care of the content creation for businesses. And it really can apply to any kind of business or brand of any size. I've worked with anyone ranging from a boxing gym to an oncologist, for example. And it's just always a different strategy. It's always a different, different platforms, different number of posts. And we help people put together those strategies and details because a lot of people, they come to us saying, I know I need to be on social media, but I don't want to do it. I don't know what to do. And I totally get that. If I could delete all my social media, that'd be great. But I can't do that.
As a business, it's hard. Yeah.
We take care of that for you. And that's what backcore marketing is all about.
That's awesome. I love, tell me the story behind the name Backcourt Marketing and how, the teamwork that you realize at some point that doing it all by yourself is just not going to be scalable. It's not going to get you anywhere. And you in your own business expanded and built your own team, and that you're also a team member to those small business owners and solopreneurs that you can help them become part of their team. So give me a little bit about on the name and how you came up with it and the story behind it.
Yeah, definitely. I think anyone who has sat down and tried to do their own social media has learned how long it takes. And so that's kind of where we came in is we're the team that helps you do that. And, a lot of people, they go to hire a social media manager, they create a role for this, but they don't realize they're kind of expecting a unicorn of sorts because you need, if you want like one full-time social media or community manager or whatever, this is a person who can film, edit, engage, who can write content, who can also have customer service skills and all kinds of things. And so, it's good to have a team behind you of brand advocates. And where the name comes in, also because I'm just a big basketball fan, like go Suns, by the way.
Oh my God!
Did they win last night?
No, we did not win last night.
We need a little bit of a stress. We can't be that easy.
Yeah, but like the backcourt on a basketball team, our job is to defend your brand, assist, and help you score. So that's where the name came in.
I love it. Awesome.
Yeah. Beautiful. So yeah, and I love hearing that when you gave a little bit of a background on the legacy, that was just really cool to see how it all came about as well. And so Jules, I have a question for you in terms of just you're this influencer and you have an opportunity to share so much, and you were talking about the inside out. I know that there's a whole new shift kind of on this authenticity side. So can you kind of speak to that as you're working on things on the inside, right? Or the outside, how does the authenticity, because there's vulnerable moments, there's transparent moments, there's those moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I have all these people watching me. How do I communicate this in a way that allows me to really share my authenticity and also share something that I might not want to share? So again, I think there's this whole idea of influencers. So I'd love to kind of get your take on, one, how you became an influencer, and then two, how you're dealing with the authenticity piece of those things that you might not want to say in front of hundreds of thousands of people.
Right. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Okay.
Audience, yes.
So Mark is on Zoom and you guys don't get to hear him, but basically he wants to know how I stay authentic when I am promoting things, also how I got started. And I'm glad that you asked that. That's actually a big question, but I am, and my mom would tell you, I share too much. I am too authentic. I am too open with my life. But I have to say, I really share everything. I truly do. And I don't promote anything I don't love. So that's one thing you can be sure of. And I have had to come back and say, I don't ever bash a brand ever. But if somebody asks me, I'll just say, you know what, it didn't work. One really great example is right before I went to teach one of my fitness classes, I had gotten an energy packet. And I'm like, okay, so I have this energy packet and I hadn't tried it yet. And I put it on my tongue and it tasted good. I was like, oh, really sweet, but it was fine. The entire class, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And I didn't mention it during the class. I didn't mention it. But the next day I said, by the way, you guys, you will not see me promoting it. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And so, we'll leave it at that. So I really do share everything as far as that goes. But there is my personal life and there's my business life. And I really try to keep, though I'm authentic with my personal life, I've had really serious podcasts about what's happened in my life as a divorced woman and all of those things. I do share, but I'm also very careful of what I say and and I don't bash on anybody ever. And then as far as how did I get to here was, and this is sort of interesting, is that I was working for the national spokesperson for our body care line, and I also was put in charge of PR. And the PR firm said, this was about 10 years ago, we think you should do a video blog, pay for one. $1 million, you can have Pamela Anderson. We're like, can we drop down the money? Okay, so for $500,000, you can have Callista Flockhart. And we're like, can you keep going further down? So they're like, okay, for $10,000. We're like, okay, 10,000. We'll do 10,000, which is still so much money.
Right.
So for $10,000, we get this little blogger, and she creates her 3-minute video on this skincare line, and I get the video. I have to approve it, and I'm thinking 10 grand. This is going to be an amazing video. And this little 19-year-old knocks out this little 3-minute video that was horrible. And I'm thinking, okay, why would I listen to, and, as a 40-something-year-old woman, or, almost 40-year-old woman, I'm like, why am I listening to a 19-year-old telling me about how amazing her skin is and how, wonderful this is? I'm like, you know what? Have 3 kids, start aging, get some wrinkles, and then you tell me, like, why am I going to listen to you? And it just didn't, to me, it wasn't authentic. It wasn't believable. And I'm like, and she made 10 grand, and I was making $2,200 a month, traveling around the country, speaking with a degree and all this knowledge. And I'm like, gosh, I could do this. This is silly. And I think I have a lot to share, and I have a lot of education. I have a lot of background. And I thought, I'm going to share this. I could do this.
And that's what you got you started.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, because you've done a lot of the collaborations with our members on Advantage.
I have.
I know you did. Your first one was with the Dr. Hessler, right?
Yes,
That
Monty.
was
I still love Monty too.
Yeah, he's amazing. So he's probably busy with the Phoenix Suns right now too.
Yeah, a great chiropractor here in Phoenix. I've met
Just
a lot
plug
of
him in,
I've met a lot of great people through Advantage. It's a great, and I don't know if we're going to talk about that, but a bartering system for businesses. So you're never shelling out your own money, and you're just trading within each other's
you
businesses.
Can plug us in. You've done that.
Yeah,
of
course.
Quite a bit. Thank
So
you.
if you're a business, you should be on Advantage, because you can trade your business for other businesses, and it's not a back and forth trade. You can use the bartering money you get and put it into other things. It's a cool concept.
Awesome. And you've been amazing. So Megan, Mark, did you have a question for Megan or?
Yeah. So thank you. And thank you, Jules. I really appreciate that.
We're going to repeat that for the audience here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I really appreciate that. And so, yeah, for Megan, in terms of the social media, you were saying, yeah, you'd love to just delete your own, and there's so much that goes into it. What are some of the main challenges that business owners that you're working with? What are they coming to you with? Have they started theirs? Are they thinking about starting it? Like, what are some of the biggest problems that they face when they're coming to backcourt marketing?
Yeah, so Mark was asking, what are some of the biggest challenges that business owners are facing when they come to us for help? And a lot of times it's somebody, more often than not, it's somebody who is a business owner. They have their hands tied in a million different places, and they know how long social media takes because they've tried it and they saw it doesn't work when they do it themselves. And then there's also people who are very committed to their social media and are very involved in the process. So we've worked with people who are very involved and want to see everything beforehand. And then we've also worked with people who are like, please, God, just take it away from me and do it. I don't care. And both is great. We can work either way. But, a lot of their issues are just that they want to be consistent. And a lot of the time they're not able to be consistent just because of their schedule. And so when we work with them, we make sure that their profiles are just always working. They're always doing something for them. And they're just always, performing in a way that matters instead of just sitting stagnant for a week. And then one week you post 7 times, and then the next you go 3 months without posting. Because anytime you do that, your engagement actually slows down. And the way all these algorithms work now is they track that stuff, and Facebook won't share you to more people unless you're consistent and that kind of stuff. So it's important just to be consistent. And even if you only have 15 minutes a week, use that 15 minutes to go scroll through LinkedIn or, do whatever it is for your business, but just be consistent about it. So.
Great.
Awesome.
I have so much to add to this.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to plug Megan because it's so true. And this is what I see is that my business is, you can't do everything. I've created a full-time job, and so is Megan, on doing social media. That's our job. And all these business owners out there are trying to do their job and then do our job too. it's virtually impossible. And that's why it's a necessity to do it. And I also wanted to say that it is so constant. It's 6 to 8 touches before somebody even thinks about making a move.
Yep.
Mhm.
So that means if Megan posts for you or if I post for you 6 to 8 times, that doesn't mean that person saw us 6 to 8 times, because we all know we're busy. We don't just stay glued to social media.
Mhm.
So that means how many times would it take for the individual, if Megan or I went live for you or posted for you 8 times, how many times would it take for one person to actually see that 8 times? That's a lot.
That is.
And we also think, and what I get from people is, well, I already talked about that. Yep. We're going to talk about it again. We're going to talk about it again. And we're going to talk about it again. So even though it seems like we're broken record players and we're saying the same thing over and over again, I say that we're like little subliminal messages and we're just pinging you. Ping, ping, ping. Just a little fly just kind of, picking at you. And every time you get that little ping, there's one touch, there's another touch. And then all of a sudden, pain point, financial, whatever it is, it hits you and you go, oh my gosh, I need that today. But if we don't keep coming back and hitting them over the head, it's never going to happen.
That is so true. That's such a great point, Julie, because marketing, a lot of people, especially people that are kind of a novice or they want to do marketing, they think they're going to do marketing in 1 month and then the doors are going to be swinging. Where it's that consistency and over long term, and eventually, if you have a strategy at it, then it starts paying off.
That
gradually.
is the hardest part of my job, and I don't know, Megan, if you'll agree to that. But they hire you, and 1 month later they go, well, we just didn't really see anything,
It's been
so
a month.
we're gonna go a different direction. I'm like, let me just shake you.
Mhm.
So, and the funny thing is, I will even tell them, I'm like, do not hire me. Do not hire. Let me do you a favor. Do not hire me unless you want to commit to a series, because I promise you, we're going to do this amazing video and they're all excited and we get offline and they're like, nobody called.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
That was one ping, one of 8 pings that we need to do. And it takes a lot of time.
It's so true. I mean, I'm at a point where I'm thinking of just requiring 3-month contract.
Yeah, you
because, if you go 1 month, it's just not enough time, especially the first month. Usually a lot of the time is spent for like setup and
onboarding
and all of that kind of stuff. So you really can't expect anything after, essentially 2 weeks of a campaign running. But another thing to think about too is just the fact that any piece of content that you have, like any video or FAQs on your website, blog posts, all of those things can be turned into like 7 social media posts each. And so take that info and, that's what we do is we develop that content. And that's why if you want your blog post to go out there, you don't want it to be read one time. You want to push to people, knock people over the head 8 more times and share that information for it to really resonate. If people are scrolling through their feeds, they have information overload just being thrown at them. And you have to have that consistency. It's so true.
I like to use this as an example. I had a vet and for my dogs, and this vet was just a vet. And I moved 30 minutes away from that vet. So it would seem pretty obvious that I would switch vets. And I moved to the place where literally in walking distance, there was a vet. I could put my dogs on a leash and walk to it. I drove by it every day. I walked by it every day. I was like, gosh, I got to change my vet.
Mhm.
And I even had referrals to go to this vet. It's a great vet. You should just definitely go there. You know how long it took me to change? I had no barriers in my way. I wanted to switch.
Mhm.
It took me a year. And so that's what I say. So we may come on with a great product, with a great new aesthetics place, a great new hairdresser, a great new doctor, a great new whatever it may be. And the intentions could be there and there could be no barrier to it, but we're so busy and we're multitasking a million things a minute. And this took me a year. And the pain point, it took pain point. My dog got sick. So who do you go to? You have to go to your doctor. 3 dogs on my lap, driving a half an hour to go to the vet. That was the pain point that finally made me call. And we never know when that pain point is. So financially, whether it's, a need, we don't know whatever it is, but we just have to keep hitting people over the head until finally they go, top of mind, I know where to go. This, I've seen this a million times and now I need it.
So
Amazing.
I have a question just in as this is popping up here because, overall, I totally get the strategy. I totally get all of that. So from the standpoint of, yeah, it's going to take time for some. How do you know? Like, how do you know that it's working? How do you know that your strategy is working? How do you know? Because if it's the ping, and I totally agree, I love all of the things you're talking about. How do you know whether or not you need to start making adjustments to something too early, too soon, too late?
Right.
Like, how do you know when to make that adjustment? If it takes, in your case, and I love the example that you gave about the dog, right? I mean, it's like there was zero barriers and like nothing. So how do you make that change? How do you start to identify whether or not you do need to make some changes inside the strategy?
That's a good question. I mean, I think.
So could you repeat the question?
Okay, so Mark wants to know, when do you know that you need to make a change in the strategy, because it does take so much time.
And how do you know when it's working or not?
And how do you know when it's working? Well, what I try to do is, and that's where I think my series are really fun, because every time it's something a little bit different. We kind of go at it at a different angle. So if this angle didn't work, maybe this angle will. We always try to figure out what's going to be that thing that makes it click for somebody. If it's at a wellness center where it could be, it could be weight loss, but it also could be hormone therapy for energy, or it could be, trying to get more energy, or it could be, where there's different things. So we try to talk about different things, like focus on different things each time, because you don't know what that one thing is where they go, yes, I need weight loss. No, I don't need energy. No, my hormones are fine. But gosh, I need somebody to help me with my weight loss. Gosh, I need somebody to be my personal trainer. We don't know what that is. So I always try to change it up a little bit as to what our angle is when we go live. But I honestly think that if you have a good product, and remember, we have to think location too. And in some cases, people will go, you know what? Forget it. I don't care if I have to drive an hour to go see this person. This person sounds amazing. I need to see this person. But most of the time, there's location, there's need, there's financial, so there's all these things that have to line up to a perfect storm on that day when they're watching to catch them.
That's why you need to consistently be out there.
That's why consistently, and that just goes back to Megan's whole thing too, is that, and that's what she offers. And she's basically saying the same thing, is that the content isn't going to be the same thing over and over exactly. But actually, it could be the same podcast, but kind of pitched a little bit different 8 times.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
We have actually a question from Annette from our audience, on the Advantage audience, and this is probably for both of you, but I'd like for you to start, Megan. It says, please speak about identifying and marketing to your target audience when you have several services to offer. So it's kind of what you were talking about. You have you're a business, you have multiple offers, and then maybe your audience is slightly different. How do you kind of hone in and then target your audience?
Right. I like to say, let's say you have 3, and then narrow it down on the one that performs best for you. Mm-hmm. And a good way to do that, really, all social media platforms have free analytics. You can look at your insights for free. And, it helps to just poke in there every now and then and see what works. And even without going into your analytics, you can see which posts, which ones perform really well. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it can be frustrating because you could, craft a really, really nice, valuable, information-packed Facebook post and 12 people see it. It happens all the time. And so it's good to look at those insights and just see okay, which ones performed really well, and capitalize on what's currently working. And that's how, we're always adjusting strategies, because we'll look back and be like, hey, this one, by the way, got 100 likes because, it had this person in it or something like that. And just use those strategies and keep pushing that forward. And that's a good way to kind of identify, who do we want to focus on? And then also think about the platform, who are the type of people who use Instagram? Who are the type of people that are on Facebook? Are they the right demographic for what you're trying to do? And just think about those things. And that information is also in your insights too. You could see the demographic, and you could learn what time that they're on social media, what time they're sitting on their couch scrolling through their phones, and that kind of stuff. So,
yeah. So that's actually, as far as the platforms you're talking about, how do you choose? Because there's so many, the new ones are popping up every day. There's TikTok and TikTok and, Clubhouse. And there's so many. How do you know if you start really trying to focus on all of them, you're going to get, go dizzy, right? So how do you know which one is the right one for you? And what are your favorites? And what's a good number to have as far as multiple platforms?
Yeah, I typically suggest pick one that's your favorite and then maybe two to supplement it. Sometimes just one. So, don't try to be on all of them. Don't be on TikTok if you don't have to be. And don't, try to learn how to use Clubhouse if it's not right for you or if your target audience isn't on there. And a lot of times, people always ask for Twitter, for example. It works well for some people. And then for others, I say, let's just scrap it. You've tweeted 40 times this month and got one like. And that happens a lot. But people are kind of scared. They're like, well, I thought I had to be on Twitter. No, you really don't. And it wouldn't hurt you if you just deleted it altogether. So, that kind of stuff works. But I say just pick one and put your strategy heavily towards that. And then the others act as a supplement most of the time. And just think about what opportunities each platform has and who is your target audience. If you're B2B, they're on LinkedIn. If it's health and beauty and fitness, Instagram is great for that. So just think about who's using what platforms these days.
I'll tell you what, though. I get a ton of business from LinkedIn.
Yeah.
A ton. And I think that's the one. It's starting to get more noticed. But I think for a long time, people really didn't look at that at all. And if you're a business, I would be on there because so many people say, I'm done with social media like you. It's your business, so you have to be. But if you could not be, you wouldn't, but you would have a presence on LinkedIn. And so that's what I found is that business people, and even though, look, health, beauty, and wellness, business people need it, want it. They want to feel good, right? Everybody needs it, right? So if you are a business person and your presence is only on LinkedIn, hello.
Yeah, I 1,000% agree with that. LinkedIn, if anything, we've been focusing a lot on that lately, especially for B2B related clients, just because, you could perform lead generation through there and you can do it in a way that isn't spammy or annoying. Like it's totally possible. And LinkedIn, I've gotten business from LinkedIn and I've helped a lot of people get business from LinkedIn, and it's reliably the best place to do that. So,
and also, I say Instagram, if you have it set up with your business account with Facebook, everything you post on Instagram shares to Facebook. Right. So, you get a twofer.
Right.
So.
And Twitter too, right?
And Twitter too.
Right.
Yeah. So I just, share, more is more. You can't mess up with that. But going on then doing TikTok, I agree. Like, I just can't.
Let the new generation.
Yeah. I'm creative to an extent. But
I don't think it's quite there yet for businesses. Obviously, it depends what kind of business. If you're in supplements or you're doing some other type of thing, maybe. But for the businesses, we're in entrepreneurs. I think TikTok has improved itself.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead,
just
Mark.
Off topic here. It's popping up, and so I'm wondering what others would think about this too, in terms of what makes for good content.
So Mark asks, what makes for good content? It's a $64 million question.
I'll start with that.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Well, I think my whole thing on my content is I want to make it fun and educational at the same time. So I want people to, what is Seinfeld? It's a show about freaking nothing. It's a show about nothing. And it had massive success, right? So I kind of looked at it like, all right, I want to educate people, but nobody wants to be spoken to. Nobody wants to be talked at. Nobody wants to be lectured. We have busy days. Like if we're going to go and watch something, it should be light. It should be fun. It should be entertaining. How did Seinfeld do so well, right? So when I started, I was like, all right, people are, bored scrolling through Facebook. What is going to get them to stop and look at my video? So Goofy dancing, right? That, and initially it was, what's up? If you go way back, I started with, what's up?
Oh, you don't do that anymore?
No, I haven't done it in years. We just start off with the dancing.
Oh, okay.
Did we do what's up today?
No, you didn't do the what's up, right?
But I haven't done it in years. But it was like, look at me. Hello. While you're, scrolling through Facebook bored and you have this chick jumping out at you going, hello. what's going to get somebody to stop? And if it's just, watching people awkwardly dancing behind me, I know that I hear that all the time. It makes me laugh. You get the really good dancers who are totally into it. You get the awkward dancers. You get the people that are pissed off,
that are
standing
forced.
there, forced. But that's what makes it fun and entertaining. And then within it, I actually educate you. So even on LinkedIn, I would get messages from guys going, I don't know how I'm watching you get your eyelash extensions put on, but for some reason, it doesn't matter what. These are business guys. They're like, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, whatever you're doing, whatever awkward, weird thing that I would never do, you're doing, I'm watching it. And that's Seinfeld.
Right.
Whatever awkward, weird thing he was doing, we all sat there and watched it. Because
you had me at Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I love that show. So great. No, I love it. Thank you.
Light and entertaining and hey, maybe educate you all at the same time.
Amazing. And that's why you have the following that you do. It's that being different and providing value when people do stuff. Megan, how about you? What's a good content?
Yeah, I agree with you. And videos, number one, they just statistically perform better. They always get more engagement.
Nobody wants to read.
It's true. So, keep things short and sweet. And I always just say provide value. Just keep providing value. I mean, it's a lesson in life, too. The more you do that, the more it comes around and treats you well. And, my promise to people is the more value you provide on social media, people will catch on to it, give it time, and it'll turn into positive results. So
ping, ping, ping.
Exactly. Like anyone who owns a business or does anything for a living has some sort of expertise. And even if you know like slightly more than someone else about one topic, just share it. Like that's value. You don't have to necessarily be an expert, a doctor, anything on that. Like just share your information, share what you know, because it'll help somebody out there.
I like that. That's that bite-sized value, because I'm thinking of myself, who do I follow on YouTube or on different channels is the people that kind of every time I get something, I go, oh, I just learned something or I get to use it.
It's true.
And it's those little things. No, I love that. That's important to note. Awesome. This was time flies. How much time do we have? We're good. Okay, cool. Any last thoughts or anything you want to share about anything exciting projects you're working on, or before we tell people how they can find you?
Well, I mean, it's so many exciting things every single day.
You have your hands in so many different things, though. You were doing also at kind of a. Weren't you doing some sort of a
dating
club?
group?
Yeah,
I have a dating
How's that
group.
going?
I've got a fitness group.
Dating group.
Oh, the dating group. Please, somebody help me. I don't know. Somebody told me singles are single for a reason. So I am starting to believe that. There's 1,000 people in my dating group who say that they want to find the love of their life. Yet 7 people show up for an event. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure that one out. But
they want their love of their life to show up in their doorstep.
They do. Yes, exactly. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. So I think that's the biggest hurdle with marketing is getting people to show up.
Take action, right?
Take action. And that's the biggest thing. So you just keep hitting them over the head. But yeah, lots of things. My workout group, which is so much fun, which is virtual. And who knew that virtual could be fun? But so many people in my workout group have quit going to the gym because look, there is something to be said about rolling out of bed without brushing your hair, without cleaning your face, without even putting on workout clothes. You can do it in your pajamas, shoeless, and pressing play and doing it with me from the comfort of your own home. And in 45 minutes, you're done, start to finish, versus brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, putting on a matching outfit, getting in the car, driving 10 minutes, getting out, talking to people, doing a workout, getting back in the car, driving back home. You're talking about 2 hours versus, roll out of bed, throw it on, go, done.
And that's becoming the way for everything we do. There's a certain efficiency that we learned how to do more with less because of what happened last year. And business meetings are getting shorter. You're getting, instead of flying into a town and having a meeting, now you're having the same meaningful connection. Zoom it. Yeah. There's still certain value in meeting people face to face. But you can really pick and choose and be more efficient about it.
Where can we sign up for your Facebook?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Tell us about where we can find you for your fitness, and also if business owners wanted to reach out to you, where do they find you?
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Hold on to your horses.
Yes.
Facebook is Lifestyle Jules. The workout group is on Facebook, but it's a group, Work out, 2 words. You're going to work out with me. Work out with Lifestyle Jules. That's the group. You get 1 week free. So click on it. And by the way, it's $5.99 a month.
Oh
or
my God, that's
$60 for the whole year. Do you know what that works out to? It's $1.15 a week. Do you want to know
dollar?
$1.15 a week.
That's basically nothing.
It's nothing. So what I tell people is it's not instead of, because everybody's like, I went back to the gym. I'm like, this isn't instead. This isn't an either or. This is why wouldn't you want this in addition to? So you know what? 3 days a week you go to the gym, but gosh, on Sunday morning while your kids are just asleep, you roll out of bed and press play, or it was a really long day and you didn't get to the gym, but you still want to get a workout in, you could press play at 8:00 at night. I made it so inexpensive because I am passionate about fitness. I have my degree in exercise physiology. I was chubby growing up. All I want to do is help people feel good about themselves. I want people to realize that they can go at any level, at any pace. Nobody's watching them. So for people who feel out of shape or who are heavy or who are have 2 left feet, it doesn't matter because nobody sees you. You do it at your own time, on your own, in your own space. Nobody, knows what you're doing or how you're looking. And so I just wanted everybody who had an excuse to not go to the gym, your excuse is over. No more excuse. So,
and your classes are very high energy.
Yes.
Gets you going.
Oh my gosh. So if you're an elite athlete, I'll kill you. And if you're a beginner, you'll be fine. So it's for everybody. So work out with Lifestyle Jules for the dating group, Jules dating group. It used to be called Lifestyle Jules dating group. I did not know that lifestyle meant swinging. It's not a swinging group. So we shortened it to Jules dating group.
Okay.
I didn't know. Did you know that?
I didn't.
All right. Well, you guys all see? Education right there. And Instagram, Lifestyle Jules. And you can reach me at lifestylejules.com. Or that's my website, or Julie at lifestylejules.com. It's all just, if you just Google Lifestyle Jules, you'll find me.
She's everywhere. And if businesses wanted them for you to promote them, they can message you, DM you on any platforms.
You can message me on any of my platforms, and you can also email me at Julie at lifestylejules.com.
And also you have some marketing, some promotional packages on Advantage platform that they can find. And awesome. Fantastic. How about you, Megan? What's coming up? And give us how people can reach out to you.
Nothing in particular coming up, but we always do 15-minute mini marketing audit sessions. So we'll just take a look at your social media and give you some ideas for how to improve it. No commitment or anything like that. That's always an option. Our Instagram is Backcourt Marketing, just one word. I think the same for the Facebook. That's the URL. Backcourtmarketing.com is the website. You could book your audit on there, or there's also a link on Instagram to do that. My email is megan@backcourtmarketing.com. I think that's everything about me. I don't know.
Awesome.
Favorite color's yellow? I don't know.
And you're also on the people can find you.
Yes, we're on Advantage. We do have a few offers up there. We have a LinkedIn specific one as well, with a little bit of lead generation thrown in there. So that could be something to do, test out. And then we also offer the social media management, the full social media management. We could do it for Facebook and Instagram as well. So
amazing. That's
no TikTok.
No TikTok.
We don't have a TikTok offer.
That comes for free. Awesome. So, I want to take a moment and thank Lifestyle Jules audience to hanging in there with us. Appreciate it, guys. And also thank our Zoom audience, our Avantees that stuck it through with us. Thank you guys for staying on with us. And I know we had a little bit of a technical difficulty at the beginning, but I think it turned out to be a fun show. Mark, any last thoughts? And we're
I was gonna say, if we only just had more fun guests, but no, you guys were seriously. This was a blast. I really enjoyed this, and thank you guys for the great information. Love that you guys had so much to offer here, and it's always a pleasure to be a part of this. And I'm humbled and honored to be a part of this with you, Sean. I love what Advantage is doing for businesses and just what we can really do and create and share educational things like this for our audience. And so that's
absolutely.
And Mark is great, by the way. Everyone should work with Mark.
Oh, thank you, Megan. I appreciate that.
Mark is amazing. That's why he's my co-host here. Yeah, we're looking forward. We're actually Advantage as a community and as a platform. We're doing a bunch of new things. So be on the lookout. We are looking to create a founding member board. You were part of our board in 2019. God, time flies. But we're trying to reinstitute that with a new format and get our users involved in our next iteration and next things coming up. Anyways, thanks everybody for joining us, and don't forget to, whatever they say, like, follow, all the goodies.
Smash the like button.
All right, guys.
Subscribe button.
Smash that like button. Right.
Wait, you know what? That's a really good point. Can I just say something really fast?
Yes.
You guys, if you see something that you like it.
It's free.
If you have a comment. It really matters to the businesses. So if you really like the business and you really do like what they're doing, it's so easy and we just forget. We scroll through, and I even sometimes do it myself. But if you like somebody, if you support a business, like it and comment if you can every time. It doesn't take a lot. You don't have to say a lot, but it does make a difference.
That is so true.
It's true.
Great
and it
advice.
costs nothing.
Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.